Hello, what's up everybody? This is Versats, bringing you another battle. This is the first time I've done narration, so I hope this goes alright. I started off with a lead Glisor. I was pretty confident that I got the taunt off and the stealth rocks, even though he did rapid spin right afterwards. He withdrew after that, and I sort of predicted a switch, so I went with Earthquake, the only attack on my Glisor. And that did an okay amount of damage for the fact that I didn't invest in his attack stat. So he goes with Rock Polish after I finally get the Stealth Rocks up, which kind of sucks because Rhyperior is faster than Glisor now, due to the effects of Rock Polish. I decided to go with Earthquake again to see if he would change up his strategy or continue to Stone Edge, and he does, but he misses, which is good for me, so I U-turn, and I switch out to Scizor, because Scizor has a chance of being faster, so with Bullet Punch, so I went with Bullet Punch due to higher priority. It didn't quite kill it, and he goes for the Earthquake, which really sucks, because I do need Scizor for revenge killing purposes, but I guess you can't have it all. Luckily for me, this Scizor was a pretty lucky breed because I had received 31 for both defensive stats, so this Scizor can last quite a lot of hits that most Scizors don't. So I was very thankful for that. And this superpower kind of sucked balls because even though it was a crit, it only did about like half of his bar or something like that. He gets the spikes off, which is probably one of the worst parts of this battle because that'll have an effect on what I can switch in, as you'll see later. So I go out to my Gengar to attempt to switch up the battle a little bit, so his defenses don't work as well. But he was already so low HP, it doesn't matter. He left it in for the free switch out to Slowbro. Now here is a real moment of idiocy that I really didn't like, because instead of using Shadow Ball, which would have benefited from the super effective and stab, I went for Thunderbolt, and he gets the Thunder Wave off, and I was really lucky to have the Lumbreon, so I maintained my speed advantage. This allows him to switch off. That's one of the very big mistakes that I made, using Thunderbolt instead of Shadow Ball. So I attempt to stay in, try and gain momentum by taking out a Swampert using special attacks, but Swampert's a pretty good scout wall, so I tried to go for the Hypnosis, but it missed. So I switched out. I decided to go with Lucario since he's my go-to sweeper with the Extreme Speed, Close Combat, Earthquake, and Swords Dance. I thought I could get set up since Swampert isn't a really good attacker. I thought I could last a couple hits, but Lucario got taken down to 22 HP, which was really bad, as you can see, because Lucario's Life Orb. So thankfully, there was no target I could absorb an attack, but there goes Dragonite. 4x weak to Stealth Rock, which is really annoying. He goes for Tyranitar, because I went for Ice Beam to attempt for the neutral damage. I don't know why. I could have gone with Earthquake, and it would have played right into it, but I don't know. I'm probably a little stupid today. So I go for the Earthquake and try and take it out, but for those who know anything about competitive battling, Tyranitar is pretty bulky, so it lasted the Earthquake. He goes for the Fire Punch. I don't really know why, because any person who knows anything about Dragon types really sort of knows that I can absorb a fire attack. So I thought I could take it out with a Thunderbolt, but it didn't quite work. And here I was thinking a multitude of things. I thought he could switch out, but then since Tyranitar was so low HP, it would just serve better as fodder. So I take it out, regardless of whatever I was thinking about earlier, and he goes back to Slowbro. Now here was pretty good because he lured me into using Ice Beam, Thunderbolt, and then he switched back out to a Swampert. Now here's where it really hit me that my mistake of using Thunderbolt instead of Shadow Ball was good for him and bad for me, because he still has a Slowbro to switch into. And actually, if I killed the Slowbro, I would have got a huge momentum shift. So I try to go for the Earthquake. I try and take out a Swampert. and he survives with a sliver of HP, which is really balls. And he goes for the Ice Punch. I thought the Ash Barrier would kick in, but heck, it doesn't matter. Dragonite had 69 HP. Ladies. So I go into Gengar. His Swamper's pretty much done, so I just took it out. And then here is where I knew I was screwed, because his last Pokemon was Weevil. Yeah, and this switch was also actually a mistake. Instead of actually trying to scout and trying to hit him with the hypnosis, I switched out. You'll find out later why. So I decided to go to my scissor for fodder because I had assumed that he would have a Jolly Weevil, since mine is Jolly and it has 369 speed. I thought it would easily outspeed anything on my team. So I lured him into using Ice Punch on my Vaporeon to see if I could stall. But this plan sort of goes awry because Weevil is indeed faster, and the way I thought it out, I wouldn't be able to get a Wish and Protect on time. See, here's where Milotic would have benefited from having only Recover. I had read earlier on Smogon that the only reason why Milotic has anything on Vaporeon right now is because it knows Recover and Vaporeon does not. Which Vaporeon needs at least 2 turns to heal anything. So I decided to go back out to Gliscor as fodder, because really right now I was really stuck, because I knew I wouldn't have been able to outspeed Weevil, so I went to Gliscor and just tried to fodder and then draw the battle out. And then when I had nothing but my Gengar, I used Focus Blast, and I realized that Gengar was faster, and I was very surprised because that would mean Weevil would have had at least 340 HP, but I guess good game, Joel. Shouldn't have made those mistakes.